Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
The recently announced retirement of Maribeth is sending Lifeways into a tizzy. You've been serving Lifeways for 33 years. That's pretty much your whole career.
Yeah, I've been at Lifeways my whole career, 33 years, but
Wow.
not CEO, even
Right.
though the article
Sure.
for 33 years. So.
What year did you become CEO?
2012.
Wow,
Yeah, so 13 years.
amazing.
Yeah.
Good long run.
Yeah.
Very long run. And
Yeah.
in such an important and really not talked about field. So many changes over the course of your 33 years. I can't imagine. Just talk about maybe some of the changes that you've seen over your 33 years working in the profession.
Yeah, not to get too far in the weeds on like there have been. I
Yeah.
mean, when you think of 13 years, the many challenges of the Medicaid expansion, which Bart, you very much know about and we're supportive of, and the movement in the state of Michigan around looking at mental health and expanding crisis and really affording an opportunity to do that for our community. But it has really significantly changed. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are things happening that do threaten Medicaid as one example. And in fact, we had Senator Slotkin with us last week, and she was looking at and seeing that the reconciliation bill that's planned for the summer has made some cuts.
Yeah.
And we don't know yet; it's still being discussed. But it's got to be fearful times for organizations like yours.
Yes, it is. Right now, there is concern about when you look at what the charge that has been given to the Energy and Commerce is to cut $880 billion over 10 years, and Medicaid is one of the major programs, if you will, underneath that arm. Yes, it's going to. I don't know how you're not going to not be impacted as a healthcare system.
In our area, the area where you serve, talk a little bit about, because if people aren't, they don't have maybe mental health issues themselves or a family member, they don't really pay much attention to it. But in Jackson, just talk a little bit about the amount of people that you guys serve and, 33 years, you've seen a lot of folks.
Yeah, we have. And since the pandemic, we've actually seen an increase of individuals accessing mental health services, and that's a good thing because it actually is saying that the stigma that we're typically associated with accessing mental health care is improved, and that people are willing to do outreach and to engage with services. So we have seen an increase, especially since the pandemic ended.
I think one thing that is unique to your term has been the mental health millage that Jackson County supported, and I don't believe we've ever had that before.
No. We were actually the first CMH, community mental health, in the state to actually pass a millage in both counties, because we're both Jackson and Hillsdale. We were the first and the only one to have done that.
We also had expansion of the physical facilities of Lifeways with
Huge
new-
renovation.
Yeah.
That was huge. I remember.
Yeah.
It's amazing, the facility. Talk a little bit about, before and after.
Yeah, that'd be something I'm very proud of. You kind of saw the building beforehand. You guys came for that demolition, and it really was kind of amazing. It was designed at the time for mostly administration, and we really wanted to expand crisis continuum and have the ability to have a center in which we can have a crisis residential unit, have mobile teams that can be dispatched out into the community for adult and children, and have a call center. So, yeah.
One thing I think you should be proud of is the progress you've made in reducing stigma for people who are seeking mental health services, people of suicide, people that really have been in the system that have been afraid to talk about it. It's more, people are more open about it, and I think that makes it more accessible to others who might have that need.
Yeah, absolutely. When people are willing to talk about it, it kind of makes the conversation more normal to be able to have that.
What do you enjoy most, or what's most fulfilling part of your work? Obviously, you must have enjoyed it and gotten a lot out of it to be there for 33 years.
Yeah, for me, it feels like it's been my life purpose, and so the ability to actually do what I'm most passionate about is to improve access to mental health services for people.
That's great.
And to work with like excellent staff over the years and board members who have helped to kind of lay that vision for where we are today.
I think you also had a good mentor in Joanne Sheldon, who was the CEO before you, and I think laid the groundwork for you to take over and step in after she retired, and we appreciate Joanne as a longtime viewer. But how about for you? Is there a parent to your position?
I would say that I've been working ever since I've been CEO on a succession plan of developing people internally so that they have the competency to be able to step in if that's something they desire.
Yeah. What are you planning on doing in retirement? I'm sure you're going to get a million phone calls for people to join your board.
Well, I'm hoping to do some of that.
Yeah.
I'd like to get involved on, I've not really had the time to do that. But really, I want to be able to write a book.
Oh, cool.
And do public speaking on child abuse and trauma.
Awesome.
That's what I'm hoping to do, and maybe still have a little bit of foot in mental health somewhere. Not sure where.
Yeah, we talked before the show, and Maribeth is actually too young to retire. So we'll still have you in the community, and I'm sure you'll still be serving. But thanks for all the years of service, and thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The soon-to-be, not quite yet, retiring CEO at Lifeways, Maribeth Leonard. More of the morning show after this.